So I think this is good. I think I need to make it higher. All right. I think this is good. I've never put my hair up in a really long time for many reasons. But now I think I'm gonna start putting it up like this. I feel like it looks good, like where it's not so pulled up in the back. Something that I wanted to talk about is that something that I feel like I've been struggling with it is that, or maybe when I was younger I used to struggle with it a lot, is that, for example, when I think something and then I see a large majority of people don't agree with it, even though they could not want what's best. Sometimes the majority doesn't want the best for you. Sometimes, I realize that very much later, is that, but anyways, you should have a major understanding that what you're doing is correct, and know somebody's opinion makes you think like, oh, maybe what I'm thinking is wrong. So there's nothing 100% correct, okay? Unless it's like straight from the creator, that's when it's 100% correct. But other than that, everything is speculations. Everything isn't correct. So everything is correct to some extent. Everything, okay? However, when it goes to right and wrong, you know what's right, you know what's wrong based on moral standpoints or moral standard. But in general, if you have an idea, and for me, some ideas I never negotiate with. I don't care what anyone says. But other ideas, I'm like, maybe they're right, and maybe something is. And the most dangerous types of people are people who hide under kindness, under, I'm doing this for the best for you. These are the worst types of people, and unfortunately, a lot of people would rather chop the other person apart rather than work themselves to become a better person. That's just the way it is. I don't know how the logic goes. I don't know where the logic is in this, because you chop one person up and the next person is going to be better than you. What are you going to do with the next person? Like, you're going to keep running after, and I'm not meaning chopped up in the literal point or like a criminal meaning. It's just like, putting them down. Um, uh, or like trying to go after them and hurt them. And you see a lot of the times, like for me, as an example, I've had a lot of, growing up, I had a lot of, how do I say, a lot of hatred from either in the opposite, the same gender, or racism, or anything. I've seen it in all colors. It was all wonderful. In every color of it, it's more disgusting than the next. So, meaning, a lot of the times when you're like this, you know more about people trying to gaslight and all that. You understand that. So you have to know, and you have to hold your ground much better than the people who've got it. If I was a person who grew up, for example, in the Middle East, I would have had much different experiences, and sometimes much easier experiences. Because you're dealing with people within the same culture, within the same color. There's no problem with that. But however, you do face, and also depending on the place where you live, like, unfortunately, in less educated areas, there's going to be a lot more racism. In more educated areas, less racism, or I should say smarter racism. Another part that I really don't like is hiding under the law, and all of that. You should know the law. You should know the law. And with me, growing up, I really had to look into that. I had to know who to talk to when things are out of hand legally. Harassments from men and all that. I don't know what got me into this, but in any case, what was I saying? I totally forgot what I was saying. But yeah. Oh, yeah. This year, I want to definitely delete that part of myself where, like, okay, are they correct? Maybe no, they're not. If you don't think it's correct, it's not correct. That's what it is. If you think it's right and it's morally correct, you're not hurting anyone and you're not hurting yourself, then it's correct. A lot of the people, like, they don't want what's best for you. Even your own family don't want what's best for you. Sometimes you gotta understand that a lot of people don't want what's good for you, and I don't know why. It's just the way it works. Accepting it is better than fighting it. Yeah. I don't know how this looks, this video. I really like